I am Dr. Sneti Ahuja, heading the Department of English at DAV Centennial College, Faridabad. Hello everyone. In this video, I will discuss about important terms in literature. These terms refer to the techniques, style and formatting used by writers to embellish their composition and will also be beneficial to those who are new to literature. In this video, there is a wide range of the terms based on the uses of the writers. So, let us start with these terms one by one. Plot. Plot is a literary term used to describe the events that make up a story or the main part of a story. These events relate to each other in a pattern or a sequence. The structure of a novel depends on the organization of events in the plot of the story. Plot is known as the foundation of a novel or story around which the characters and settings are built. It is meant to organize information and events in a logical manner. When writing the plot of a piece of literature, the author has to be careful that it does not dominate the other parts of the story. Character. A character can be any person, a figure, an inanimate object or animal. There are different types of characters and each serves its unique function in a story or a piece of literature. Round characters are well developed and complex figures in a story. They are more realistic and demonstrate more depth in their personalities. They can make surprising or puzzling decisions and attract readers' attention. There are many factors that may affect them, and round characters react to such factors realistically. In Kantapura, the novel, the characters like Murthy, Ratna, Parya, Rachana, Rangama, etc. are fully described and developed characters. A flat character. A flat character does not change during a story. Also, he or she usually only reveals one or two personality traits. Characters like Bhata, Waterfall, Venkama and Advocate Sankar lack complexity and dynamism, and hence they are considered as flat characters. Now, the next is characterization. Characterization is a literary device that is used step by step in literature to highlight and explain the details about a character in a story. It is in the initial stage in which the writer introduces the character with noticeable emergence. After introducing the character, the writer often talks about his behavior. Then, as the story progresses, the thought processes of the character. Characterization as a literary tool was coined in the mid-15th century. Aristotle in his Poetics argued that tragedy is a representation not of men but of action and life. Thus, the assertion of the dominance of plot over characters, termed plot-driven narrative, is unmistakable. This point of view was later abandoned by many because in the 19th century, the dominance of character over plot became clear through Patti Bagre's novels. Now, we will discuss about symbol. According to Oxford English Dictionary, symbol is something that stands for something else, not by exact resemblance, but by vague suggestion or by some accidental or conventional relation. A sign has only one meaning, but a symbol is characterized by its versatility. Symbols provide us with an alternate mode of apprehending the universe. Canon. It is defined as a traditional collection of writings against which other writings are evaluated. In other words, it means a long list of works taken as authentic. For example, the Bible, both written Hebrew and even translated versions. This sense of the term makes canon opposite to apocrypha, which means written works having anonymous authors. The Bible was considered a yardstick to evaluate other literary pieces according to a certain criteria. Post-colonialism. Post-colonialism, the historical period or state of affairs representing the aftermath of Western colonialism. The term can also be used to describe the concurrent project to reclaim and rethink the history, an agency of people subordinated under various forms of imperialism. Post-colonialism signals a possible future of overcoming colonialism, yet new forms of domination or subordination can come in the wake of such changes, including new forms of global empire. Post-colonialism should not be confused with the claim that the world we live in now is actually devoid of colonialism. Defamiliarization. The Russian formalists' concept of defamiliarization proposed by Viktor Shklovsky in his Art as Technique refers to the literary device whereby language is used in such a way that ordinary and familiar objects are made to look different. Defamiliarization, as the word implies, is a process where something familiar is no longer perceived as such. Specifically, in writing, defamiliarization in literature refers to a technique, that's a literary device in a sense, where the writer offers familiar, common things in an odd, unorthodox way. The purpose of defamiliarization is to cause the readers to question their perception of reality and as a result ultimately redefine it. Myth, another poetic device. Myth is a legendary or a traditional story that usually concerns an event or a hero, with or without using factual or real explanations. These particularly concern demigods or deities and describe some rites, practices, and natural phenomena. Typically, a myth involves historical events and supernatural beings. There are many types of myths, such as classic myths, religious myths, and modern myths. Sthal Puran, the mythic tale of a particular place. The locale of the novel is an imaginary village named Kantapur that has its own goddess Kanchama. It is believed that long ago she killed a demon who had come to devour men and women of Kantapura. Goddess Kanchama descended from heaven and saved the villagers. Satyagrahi. A person who follows the principles of truth is called Satyagrahi. The principles of Satyagraha are derived from the fundamental principles of non-violence. A Satyagrahi or follower of truth does not mind sacrificing his life for the sake of truth. He is spiritually strong to suffer for the sake of truth. In Kantapura, Murthy and his followers are Satyagrahis in this sense. They offer passive resistance during the freedom struggle movement and make supreme sacrifice for the sake of their country. Personification. Personification is a figure of speech in which a thing, an idea or an animal is given human attributes. The non-human objects are portrayed in such a way that we feel they have the ability to act like human beings. For example, when we say, "The sky weeps," we are giving the sky the ability to cry, which is a human quality. Thus, we can say that the sky has been personified in the given sentence. With the above definition of personification, let us look at some personification examples. Hari Katha. The literal meaning of Hari Katha is the story related to the lives of God and goddesses. In Kantapura, Hari Katha is presented as a political allegory of India's freedom struggle. It is used as a device to introduce political theme in the garb of religion. Monologue, another important term in literature. Monologue in literature and drama, an extended speech by one person. The term has several closely related meanings. A dramatic monologue is any speech of some duration addressed by a character to a second person. A soliloquy is a type of monologue in which a character directly addresses an audience or speaks his thoughts aloud while alone or while the other actors keep silent. In fictional literature, an interior monologue is a type of monologue that exhibits the thoughts, feelings, and associations passing through a character's mind. Techniques of antithesis. The definition of antithesis is a contrary or opposite opinion, concept, or characteristic. So, the sun may be the antithesis to the moon, the devil may be the antithesis to God, and a conservative may be the antithesis to a liberal. It creates a sense of balance and symmetry. In Kantapura, the novelist introduces two sets of characters, one representing positive and the other representing negative traits. Extra homoerotic narrator. A narrator who narrates a story in which he or she is or was present. In Kantapura, Achaka is an extra homoerotic narrator. Pari, a person of low caste or untouchable. Another important term, onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a figure of speech in which words evoke in the actual sound of the thing they refer to or describe. The boom of a firework exploding, the tick-tock of a clock, and the ding-dong of a doorbell are all examples of onomatopoeia. Narrative. Narrative is a report of related events presented to listeners or readers in words arranged in a logical sequence. A story is taken as a synonym of narrative. A narrative or story is told by a narrator who may be a direct part of that experience, and he or she often shares the experience as a first person narrator. Sometimes he or she may only observe the events as a third person narrator and gives his or her summation. Truth. Mahatma Gandhi elaborates his concept of truth in his The Story of My Experiments of Truth. Truth, according to Mahatma Gandhi, is a multi-layered concept as it appears in its spiritual, moral, and metaphysical dimensions. In Kantapura, Raja Roy uses this concept to convey truth in thought, speech, and action. It is also a moral law governing the conduct of satyagrahis. Swaraj. The idea of Swaraj for Mahatma Gandhi was not a political concept. It is a moral and spiritual principle governing the conduct of an individual, and ultimately the conduct of individuals will become the conduct of a nation. Swaraj really means self-control. Gandhi says, if we become free, India is free. It is Swaraj when we learn to rule ourselves. Now we come to the other term, false consciousness. Any belief or view that prevents a person from being able to understand the true nature of a situation. In Marxist literary theory, This concept refers to the systematic misrepresentation of dominant social relations in the consciousness of subordinate classes. Eurocentrism, the belief that Europe is the center and source of knowledge and power. The other traditions of knowledge, especially those of non-European world, are inferior. Thank you.